And so I want to go into biodynamic agriculture and explain scientifically more or less how it works, because an awful lot of what goes on in biodynamic circles is almost mysticism. So what's going on in biodynamics is we're talking about the energy patterns of life and their organizational energy. It's the reverse of entropy. So this is, you might say, a catalytic application, and it doesn't take very much substance to have a very profound effect on the land. And by stirring it up in a vortex like this, you're bringing organization into it, because when you stir a vortex like that, you create something called laminar flow, and the different temperatures and densities in the water, the molecules sort themselves out into what's called laminar layers, so that the coolest and densest will be in the center, which is why you get it goes down in the center, and the warmest and lightest will be at the center, which is why you get that rise, that sort of funnel effect in the vortex. And what you've done is ordered all the water molecules according to their temperature and density. And each time you reverse this stirring process, and you have disrupted one generation of order in the water, and then you create a new generation of order. If you do this, like you stir it this way, then you've got a good vortex, you stir it back that way, create a new vortex, and you do this back and forth for an hour, you have created an evolution of order in the spray, in the water that you have stirred this stuff up in, and you spread it out there. And the thing about organizational energy is it flows from lower concentration to higher concentration. If it didn't do this, it wouldn't be organizational. It would be disorganizational whenever it flows from higher concentration to lower concentration. And we're familiar with that with our electric power devices and so on and so forth. And we don't observe the organization so much because we take it for granted. Sir Isaac Newton, in describing how an apple falls from the tree, didn't deal at all with how the apple got up in the tree. Now, it got up in the tree and became an apple because of the organizational side of nature. When it fell from the tree, then it started its descent in the disorganizational side of nature. And then there's two sides to this story. So organizational energy flows from lower concentration to higher concentration. You sprinkle this material out on your paddock, and it's just pumped up with organizational energy because of the way you have produced it in the cow's horn, which is a focal device that resonates on the cow manure. And then you put this in the water and you stir it like this, and you pump it up a whole lot more with organizational energy, because every time you create a vortex, you've organized it. And then you sprinkle it out on the paddock, and it draws organization into that paddock where you sprayed it. And it just works. It really works. And you'll see the soil come alive just from spraying this little handful on an acre of soil.